we're going to be learning about isometric ramping. This is a tool that we have in order to influence the central nervous system. It does a couple of other things as well. Many of you are familiar with body tempering, foam rolling, using a lacrosse ball to kind of like get into a knot or something. I'm going to suggest that you utilize this as a strategy instead. What we would like to do is influence the central nervous system in such a way that it allows additional training inputs in. So the central nervous system is the gatekeeper to training stimulus. So you could potentially be in a spot where your CNS is upregulated to a place where you are trying to train something and it just won't let it in. So it will not be influenced by the training that you're doing. It's not going to be affected by the training that you're doing. And many times that external pressure that you're using with a lacrosse ball with something more stiff is not going to downregulate the central nervous system. And any short-term benefits that you have from that are just that. They're going to be short-term benefits that you need to immediately chase more substantial training inputs with, and that's a fairly kind of like well-known information. But to use these rehab balls, I'm going to show you how to do this with your spine. It can be done with any part of the body, any joint on the body, any soft tissue on the body. You just have to come up with a position as long as you understand the theory and the concept of what we're trying to do. So what we're trying to do is we're going to use these to downregulate our central nervous system, and we're going to get into specific positions in order to influence the tissue that we want to. So a lot of us get stiff upper back, stiff lower back, so we're going to put these, I'm going to use them on my thoracic spine. So I'm going to go middle back kind of right where the bottom of my shoulder blades, and I'm going to lay down here. Now, the first part of this is I'm going to do big full inhale breathing, big full exhale, and each big inhale and each big exhale, I want to try to relax down around the Franklin balls that are on my spine until I'm kind of sinking around them. The more relaxed I can get into this position, the more I can do with the training stimulus. So let's say you take 8 to 10 big full inhales, big full exhales. You can also time yourself. It's not so much about the reps or the time, it's more about you feeling like the tissue around the balls is relaxed. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to start the isometric ramping protocol. You're not going to see much difference, but what's going to happen is I'm going to gently contract the tissue around those rehab balls, and then I'm going to gently relax. And then I'm going to gently contract, and it's a gradual contraction, and it's gradual relaxation. And you can do these for time, you can do these for reps. This is extremely low intensity, long duration, high frequency input. It can be a good idea to do at the front end or the back end of your training session. On the front end, it's going to allow you to receive good training inputs, and on the back end, it's just going to downregulate all the intense stuff that you just put into your body. So the contractions are going to be gradually up, and it's really only going to be at like a 5 or 6 out of 10, and then gradually back down, and gradually back up, and gradually back down. And again, these can be placed, anywhere. If you wanted to do something on the front of the leg, for instance, you know, you would just find that stuff that doesn't feel very good. I'm still gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna relax by breathing in, breathing out, and letting the full body weight of my leg sink down over that ball. It's not going to hurt or be uncomfortable like a lacrosse ball would. That is not the intent. We don't want it to hurt, in fact. So this is the concept of isometric ramping. Please just understand that you can use it for different places all over the body.